Hip-hopping is the thing that's in. It's where the Stone Cold Nitro party begins. So listen, party people, with the ear to the street, the college professor and the social elite, to the fly young guys and the pretty girl, I teach is gonna tell you about the hip-hop world. Hip-hopping is a way of life, with graffiti and rapping on the mic. As the record scratch to the breaker's beat, a hip-hop the sound of the street. Hip-hopping's been around a while with a serious funk. It's East Coast style, a record scratch, a simple rap, a breaker spinning on his back. Hip-hopping's where it's at. Now I will break it down for all of you who've never seen a hip-hop crew or the gangster cuts of a cold DJ, shocking and rocking to the break of day, or the master art of the graffiti man, expressing himself with his spray can. Yo, people, what's it gonna be? Hip-hop is making history. Now, Hip-Hop Club is not a disco. It's a record-cutting, cold-crushing, rapping show. Like New York Roxy or LA's radio. DJ keep you at a peak and on the go. No three-piece suit, Aladdin size, T-shirt, tennis shoes, loosely tied. You hear scratching turntables when you cross the floor. As DJ spin on 2 and sometimes 4, like this. And you don't quit, like that. Hip-hoppin's where it's at.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mechanical Master. Fantastic Five. Fantastic Five. Anna, Shrimp, Taco. The Fantastic Five, or better known as the Shabba Doo Quiñones, rocking the house. Give it up. You know, this is Anna, Boogaloo Shrimp, a fellow Boo's Up, and Poppin Taco. They're going to be able to do it.
Now, if you want to dance on the hip-hop scene, hook up your tennis shoes, T-shirts, and jeans. Practice your moves to the sharp and clean. Hook up with the crew who can rock real mean, like the Midnight Breakers, Fantastic Four, Breakin' Stone Masters of the floor, or Boogaloo Shrimp, Poppin Taco, the master moves of Look the Coco, 8 years old and he steals the show. Pop-lockers on the go, or the man called Flash and Magic Cat, who flies through the air like acrobats, or the master locker called Shabba Doo, locking it up for a stone cold crew. But can he outdance you? He broke on you, man. What you gonna do? Nothing. That's Hector from the radio crew.
Breaking is a whole different type of floor move. Other than popping, it's a unique dance. And to start off your breaking, you do a prep. It's called the up rock. There's all kinds of up rocks. It's just like a prep to get down to the ground, you know, build up your courage. Just in case, you know, you don't get that stage fright, you just up rock and say, wow, let myself loose. And when you feel you want to go on the ground, you get down there and you do the crazy legs. It's seriously crazy legs. It builds up your speed for your spin. Now, there's different kinds of spins. There's the white, there's the scissors, the helicopter, you name it, you know. But they're all good. And one of my favorites is the scissors, using both your legs. This one, it goes as far as it can this way. Then, when you want to spin, get on your back and pick this one up. Scissor. And you sit there and pose. Now, after every spin, everybody poses, you know, so it look good, you know, like, wow, you know, it's scary. Then, there's a knee spin. Or this knee spin, you know, get your balance, glide, she's looking, stop, Superman, pose again. You're always in your moves with pose, so it'll make it look more professional, not just that. Then there's a hand spin and what you put your the double knee spin, no double knee switch. Where you switch. Come up. Voila.
Okay, Shrimp. Boogaloo Shrimp.
Breaking's been around for about a decade, originated in the South Bronx. It's a form of fighting. It was like you would tease your opponent, maybe jump up and hit a pose or grab yourself and tease the person before you would fight, you know, to get them like angry or maybe intimidate them. After a while, there was more intimidating and playing around than there was fighting, and breaking was originated. California, breaking is real new out here. It's been here for about the last maybe year. Brought breaking out here. I was like the first one doing it, and everybody was into like being really cool and wearing suits and you know, not getting down and getting sweaty and really dancing hard anymore. And so I would go out dancing and people would look at me really crazy because I would get out and spin on my back on the floor and get dirty and sweaty and, you know, have a lot of fun. And now everybody's doing it. I'm not saying, you know, like, yeah, I made this up, but it's a lot of fun and I love doing it, and I'm glad it's catching on really big out here. out there used to rank themselves always above street dancers, like, yeah, we're trained and everything. But you got to remember, they had schools, and they had books to learn out of. We don't. We're street dancers. We don't have a school to go to. That's the first question people ask me. Where do I learn to spin on my head? Where do I learn to do this? There's no classes. You learn going to the dances. You learn going to dance against people on the street.
Yeah, one touchdown.
Wait a minute. Wait, either way, go ahead, just run. Once you get into the run, you'll catch it. Yeah, once you get into it, you'll catch it, it'll come. Yeah.
Shoot it up.
Cool. All right, next up. Freeze. Woo. Freeze it.
Boom. All right, freeze, back up. You going to your freeze? I can't. You going to your freeze like this? Oh, yeah, I knew it. Got it? Yeah. Hey, take it out. Do it one time. Try it again. Right in this. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
boom.
Cool.
Oh, like that. We stay in an area where, you know, it's gang related. So, you know, if we keep at least 5 young men off the streets, you know, that's probably 5 lives we can save, and you know, and that's what everybody should do. You know, it's this area, you know, is an incident happened not too long ago where, you know, one of their close friends, you know, got killed, and if he was doing what we're doing, it probably would never happen, you know. So I say, as long as we keep them off the street and dancing and doing things to look up for, you know, they'll never go that route, you know.
party people with the ear to the street, the college professors and the social elite, to the fly young guys and the pretty girl I teach is gonna think about the hip-hop world. Hip-hopping is the way of life, with graffiti and rapping on the mic. As the record scratch to the breaker's beat, a hip-hop sound of the beat. Hip-hopping, famous is where the Stone Cold Nitro party begins. Tick, tick, y'all, you don't stop. You don't stop. I'm gonna break it down for all of you who never seen a hip-hop crew. All the gets the cuts to a cold DJ, shocking and rocking to the break of day. Of the master art of the graffiti man, expressing himself with his great hand. Yo, people, what's it gonna be? Hip-hop is making history.
Hi, I'm Shabba Doo. I'm one of the original lockers. I started in 1972 as one of the lockers. We're a professional street dance group, That means we take the street dances that's in the clubs and discos today, and we put them on a professional level so that we can perform in Las Vegas and whatnot. So I'm going to give you like a kind of history to all this stuff, breaking and everything kind of evolved from, that was locking. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first thing is the lock. And that came from the Funky Chicken. If you remember the Funky Chicken, so it's like this. That's the Funky Chicken. So if you take out the legs and you just do the arms, you have the lock. Okay? And that's freezing all your joints. From the lock, you point. Some people call it Uncle Sam. Okay. Now from the lock, there's a lot of little tricks. Okay, we have, like, the most important trick, this one I'm going to show you, is the scuba hop kick. Everything spins from the scuba hop kick. And that's this. Scuba. This is scuba hop. Scuba hop kick. Scuba hop kick. Everything spins from that. All right? And this. Rolling your wrist. That's locking. Being able to roll your wrist and point. Second dance, the major dance to come along since the lock, I would say it would have to be popping. That was a dance that kind of just like took over. And that's like the robot. The robot started on Soul Train in 1972 by a guy named Charles Robot. And it was real slow. Very mechanical. Just like that. That's Charles Robot. Then they took that, a guy named Slim the Robot, who was one of the original lockers, took that style of robot, which was real slow, and he sped it up. Because it moves like this. Which I call the Neanderthal popping. Then after that, popping came, which is a style from not San Francisco, Oakland, or Fresno. And it was brought out here by a guy named Boogaloo Sam. And he was the leader of the Electric Boogaloo. Those are the first guys to bring boogalooing and popping to LA. Now this was just another style that I learned. I didn't make up popping. A lot of people think that I made up popping, but I didn't. It was just a dance that I picked up like everyone else from some guys who came from Fresno. So that's what we try to do, is try to accumulate all the different dances that you do. That's first locking, now I've added popping. Now the next major dance to come out was called breaking.
Dancing gets real violent sometimes, and I know a lot of people here and around, you know, they know how bad it gets. Rival gangs, rival territories, rival groups. I can beat so-and-so, so-and-so can beat us. Somebody writing over somebody's name. This kind of thing happens, you know, and there's always, like, fights and stuff. I'm sure all the street dancers out there know all about this stuff and beating all of them. And, you know, I've had friends die because of this. I've had a friend being shot. And it's really upsetting because, you know, you beat some guys and they come back and cause trouble. You know, it's always usually a fight, but my friend was shot and it was really bad. I know it's, you know, happened a few times, I heard. He beat him dancing? Yeah, he beat a guy dancing.
Do what you want to do. Yeah. They'll be going up to you trying to pop in front of you like.
Now that provokes fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, hey,
I try not to get myself in that.
Me neither. You know, I just say, hey, you know, when they want to fight, you just say, hey,
I get
pop
serious.
Dance.
I get serious, but I give respect too, man. Okay, go ahead. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Don't. You finished?
Don't come in my face.
Yeah, please. I've had people touch me before when they're popping.
Oh, yeah?
I get mad. Yeah, they go up to you and they like.
How far? Show me.
Okay, they get real close, and I do it back to them because they do it. And they go like this and stuff, and then sometimes. They might hit you. They'll do something, they might bump you or something. And that's when I get, man, don't be touching me. That's when I get mad.
Show them about the face, you know, how they did it.
All right, show me. The face.
You know how they one of the oldest popping moves when you first start out is when they challenge you and they come up and they get your face.
Yo, yeah, eat it.
They step on it and they throw it. That's intimidating.
I've had dudes to grab your head and do all this stuff and they bounce it and they kick it and they troll it around, play basketball with it. They put it back on your head. How do you like that?
Yeah, that's not right.
So what?
That's just provoking a fight.
That's all that is. When somebody takes your head off, all that asking for some knuckles. That's all you're asking for.
Like a lot, you know, a lot of us have, you know, and to have that reputation for all you're known at, if you're not known for, you know, being real tough, or you're not known for having, you know, the nicest car or the money or anything, you're known for your dancing. You know, when you're known for that and that's all you have, if somebody beats you, you know, it takes away your pride and your dignity. And street dance got a lot of that, And, you know, you just gotta keep going. You can't let things like that slow you down. Keep pushing for what you want.
Blue City Crew, who originated from Carson. We've been dancing I've been dancing for about 15 years. I've danced for long. And we're a family. We've been together since we're babies. So, he's still a baby.
Sugar Pop was one of our family. And, all the time I thought he was a colored guy or a white guy. And I heard about him a long time ago, but I met him. Finally, I made it to his dance contest, and he was talking, you know, Samoan to me, you know, talking to all languages. I looked at him, where'd you learn that from? And then started keep on talking and said, I heard about you a long time, so we met each other. And he wanted to hook up with us just to work out with us. And right now, he really helped us a lot, you know.
LA, man, the race ain't no racial thing in LA. I heard New York, you know, they don't play that, you know. It's only like, you know, I guess PR, that's all they be getting off of breaking. And if they see somebody else do it, you know, they're laughing right out of town. But in LA, it ain't like that. If you got the moves, you hard and you can hold down. That's all it is. I used to be an ex-gang member, and but dancing, you know, dancing was our life and stuff. You know, like they say now, like dancing is all this, you know, it's turned around, right? But instead of fighting, we're gonna take it to the floor and dance, you know, and that's what we believe too. So you know, down there, man, Carson used to be known for gangbang, but now it ain't like that. You know, everybody's into dancing. If you come here with our regular practice, you have about 50 guys breaking on this floor, different groups from everywhere. They used to be all gangbang. But that's why it's all calm now. You don't hear that many killings in Carson because they're all into dancing. Guys come out of jail and they look and they say, man, this is what's happening? They just hit the floor and start hitting the moves. That's what it's all about.
that. Show me dog. Show me dog. There you go. Watch this dog. Dog go.
Put it on your back. Just want to do it. Here you go. You know how you keep your leg, bro?
That's always been a nice move.
Like that, huh? Yeah, why don't you go from any?
Come up? Yeah.
Well, do it just like that. But you got to come out of it as you're turning. You don't want to come out of it and stop.
want it, if you want it. 20.
Let him spin. Now watch how you let spins go first. You don't just
Let him
start
go,
grabbing,
Chuck.
Cream.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him
Let him
go.
go.
Let him go.
Watch, see? He's just holding. He's not grabbing yet. You know what I'm saying? See, just let him float. Just get him, let it float. Then you grab.
Hi, my name's Mike. I'm better known as Boogaloo Shrimp. That's my street reputation. And I've been dancing for about, all my life I've been dancing, but for this kind of dancing, I've been dancing for about 1.5 years. And it's really changed my life because, like, people my age, you know, kids my age, they're usually in street gangs or something, and they're, like, out there smoking dope and, you know, usually robbing houses or something. And, you know, I'm doing something with my life. That's what gives me a lot of, you know, recognition from people. They say, you know, that's good, you know, and they're proud of me because I'm doing something with my life, and I like it. And, you know, I met a lot of people, different people, been in a lot of places, and, you know, it's really changed my life. It's exciting now, you know, because I used to pop on the streets, you know, unprofessionally. And then, you know, now I'm doing it on stage and stuff, you know, on videos, and, you know, they're seeing me work my way up, you know, to a higher peak. And that's what they like about it. They say, yeah, you know, they're proud to talk about me, you know. Say, yeah, I knew that dude, you know, I still know him, he's my friend. At least they know somebody that's doing something with their life, you know.
Rapping is a very essential part of the street scene. If you take, like, any regular record and you lay a rap over it, it'll change the whole meaning of the record. Like, what we do is we try to, it's like direct communication with the people as far as when we were saying. You might beat around the bush. When we rap, we say exactly what we mean. And when we say we kicking up the real deal of the show shot. So it's part of the street scene. It came from the streets, rapping or toasting. People used to say rhymes and toast to each other. And somebody just decided to go on, lay it down onto the beat, and it's what's happening. We try to talk about
everything from cartoon to politics, Los Angeles, New York. Try to cover all different areas, different aspects.
It's about the ear, you know, it's about the ear-catching thing, you know, something that's going to attract the people's attention, and that's going to also make them clap their hands and dance at the same time.
You know? Yeah. Well, there's two types of rapping. You have a party rap that's essentially just set up, you know, to do what a DJ that maybe can't rap does. You know, a party rap, we'll make one. We'll say, you know, everybody come along, get on the beat, you know, and raise your hands and shake your body, that type of thing. And then we have more like a political rap, something like The Message that Grandmaster Flash made so popular. And that's like where you say something that really gets under people's skin, which a song really can't do, you know. Then you have, there's all sorts of, it's an art form. It's hard to do. You have to keep on beat. That's the main thing.
Tonight, I'm just to make it clear. The women lady in New York, we are the best girls here. Now I'm the leader of the shooter, like my kind of guys, people in LA. I'm a MC back to NY. 3 MC, 2 jack up and girl. So on up, put your head and curl. The motivated simulation, come on, Rufus in the paint. You don't quit. So when you see us coming through, the beat is on, you know that I can hit. And the crew's along. We're gonna rock it like the hot and rock it like this. Gonna be y'all. We don't quit, we don't quit. That's no shit. Oh, come on, shit. Cut it up, cut it up, cut it up, cut it up, huh. And you don't quit. Cut it up. You're listening to that big cat. I'm living in New York City, Spin Master.
You know, you take a record as it's playing, and you just cut it up to your own specifications. You know. People who make records don't make them perfect. No, I'm just joking. Now, there's different styles. There's scratching, there's cutting, there's flashing, and we do a couple of things that we don't have any names for yet, but we'll show you some stuff. This is cutting. I'm going to let my friend Egyptian Lover show you how he cuts. Now, cut cutting will be taking a certain segment of the song and repeating it at his own will, at whatever speed he wants. Like he might go one measure, which is like 4 beats. You know, okay, if you listen, he's repeating the same part over and over again, which is means, you know. Scratching will be where you'll take the record, stop it,
cutting is spinning back.
Yeah, cutting is back in where you take the record and you repeat one part.
The beat that's got to be the show. You nigga, check it out, y'all. You don't stop. IT's on the mouth about ready to rock. I was born to MC, y'all. I named IT when the doctor bring a button. It was on the beat. Blessed by the DJ. Up above, I refuse delivery on my nose. Tell I love. Empty to my mama when she see me every day. Raps in my bottle when she took my microwave. Raps in my wagon, my bike, my trike. I threw down on any sucker that I didn't like. When I get on the mic, I slow down. The beat goes up. Front of cars rolling down the street. It happened once or twice as a sacrifice for the love of the player, y'all cool as ice. When I die, y'all, I wanna be pressed into a 12 inch 33. And then give it to you, then you can't see. Let it scratch the gun until the beat go crazy. Take a shit, y'all. You don't stop, that's C. Are you about ready to rock? And that's C. You heard T. And I've been rapping to the beat to the A and 3. And that's C. Get on the mic. Show the party people just what you like.
And it really came from the call and response from really the black churches when ministers used to say, can I get an amen? And they respond, okay? And that's been around for decades, you know, hundreds of years. As long as we do it, we say, you know, can everybody in the house say ho? And they respond, you know, they feel like they're involved actually with the show. That's what we try to do. And like I teach kids to rap. Ray Mack has little kids learning how to do it to the beat. Ready, teacher, you don't quit. Kick up the beat, that's the ultimate.
My name is Keith, I'm an itty bitty baby. When it comes to love, I'm a full grown lady. I'm passing to Stephanie. You think you bad, you got a beat me.
Stephanie, you got to get on the mic and rap. Come on, Steph. Wait a minute, Steph, pump it up now. This is your audition. You know what rap? You ready? Local. I'm ready too. Y'all ain't in this crew.
My name is Cool, and I am cool, right? No stupid like IT, the old dumb fool.
1, 2, 1, 2. I'm with the Golden Group crew. You need an IC or throwing down for you. Now my girls, they're players. You can see they got to be cool because they're running with teeth. So if they see you looking guys, don't give a double take because your money you surrender and your heart you'll break. A teacher, get on the MIC and rock to the beat with IT. Hit it, beat.
My name's Keith, I don't got no trouble. I always knew I was a playgirl. I'm here to dance, I'm here to freak. I'm freaking with IT.
You got an A.
Freeze it up, Steph. Monique. Smurf it. Oh, fella. Watch out, Dominoes. Keisha. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Girl. The Golden Girl. The golden girl. Let me get a round of applause for the golden girl. All right. First center stage. Playground. There you go. These fellas scratch their own record. Who's not too sick to dance? Who said rerun? I got somebody bigger than him. Don't break.
I think that's what we provide for the kids. I mean, they take a look at us. All right, like, say, for instance, myself. A couple of years ago, I was rapping. Nobody wanted to hear me. Who cares? Now, I got a little fame in Los Angeles, so there's like little kids run up to me like, ooh, Ice-T, you know, I want to be like you. And that kind of trips me out because I don't really feel like I'm anybody. I'm not anybody. I'm just a dude that can talk to the beat of the music. But if they want to be like me instead of be like a guy that goes and holds up a liquor store, I'm all for it. So I try to motivate them toward my direction because I feel it's, you know, it has a little, you know, artistic value to it. Maybe they'll get into playing instruments or something. A kid will look at AJ, all right? He's just drawn. He'll turn around and say, wow, you got into a gallery. You know, maybe I should try to add a little bit to my stuff, you know, or maybe add Super AJ. And AJ will say, go on, get some more colors and get up into it.
The other day I was shooting a graffiti and some kids came up to me and say, wow, this is great. And we started talking. I explained them, you know, they should go to a museum and see whatever painter there was, and they should try to mix colors and, you know, create their own thing. And this is cool because it might lead them into some other thing. If the kid goes to a museum, he might find something else and then hook up with some other stuff, like might get into going to art school or something. It's as long as he's down with it and he does something.
And also what we did was we made it like, all right, in a big city like Los Angeles, there's so many negative things for kids to get into. There's always somebody saying, try this, try that, you know. But we made it cool, you know. If they feel they're cool with us, and that, you know, they're rapping or scratching records or something, they don't have to do anything negative. They don't have to go out and be a gangbanger. I mean, you see us dancing, you might go to a park and, you know, Metro Nation's there, we'll turn it out. There might be 100 dancers, and then there's so many, you know, gang members, right? Even some of the gang members might say, wow, I might want to be over there because that's actually where the party is, that's where it's happening, that's where the fun is, instead of me just standing around here, you know, totally negative thoughts on my mind, you know, nothing really constructive, and they might break away and come over to us. And, you know, we're very peaceful and we have a lot of fun and stuff, so.
can mark. All right, watch me. I'm going to mark myself. But this time, I'm going to land in front of that knife instead of behind it, just to show you I'm going straight up. I'm going to do a gainer up here. Land right there. Look at my mark.
Right now, you got to go up, not back.
All these kids have art in them, you know, running through their bodies. They want to be artists of some sort. They're either dancers or, right, graffiti painters, or they can make models or something. But most of the community and people out there won't give them any respect for that. They don't want to count it. They just want to say they're, you know, juvenile delinquents or something. They don't want to look at the artistic value the kids have. And now, right now, they're dancing. That's the art form. I mean, if you took one of these kids, like you see a breaker doing a head spin, and they were to do it like, let's say somebody went to a ballet, and the same thing happened, somebody would come out of there saying, well, they did a marvelous head spin, you know, it's totally different, but due to the fact they're doing it on the street, they don't get any respect for it, but it's a form of art.
So, okay, I'm going to tell you where you grab it. When you get ready to turn off, that's what you do. They can.
See, I still don't know, because when I jump up, I throw my, as soon as I jump up and I'm like this, I throw my head back.
No.
You do it all like
okay, look. See, the jump, this right here, just to give you an idea. Really, when you jump up, you're going over.
See, look, you're going straight back like this.
You're going.
Your head and everything.
Same time.
Okay, well, my head hoping more to go back.
Yeah. So you're going to one more.
Okay.
You want to try now?
Yeah.
We're going to do it on this one, right? Come on. See, I just barely help you there. You look like you was going to get around on that one.
Get around on that.
You jumped on that one.
Give him less and less.
Jump, do what I thought.
Wait.
You let it go too soon.
What we do, as far as for the kids, we give them a place where they feel comfortable. They're not being put down for what they do. We pump them up. I mean, a kid might shoot a little painting on the wall or something like that, and where other people would put them down, say, well, why you do something like that? We'll be able to, you know, appreciate the art form and that, and say, well, that's cool, you know, stay there. Because at least they're doing something constructive, you know, creative and constructive, which we're trying to make most kids do.
relationship between, you know, music and dancers and graffiti and rappers is that, you know, it came from the street, you know, street culture. So everybody that was hanging out in the street, like people painting on the walls and kids breaking in the corners, they met, you know, they like, one painted a jacket for the other, then they did shows, and then, you know, they were always hanging out together. That's the major relationship. Graffiti, when it started, people were writing their names, you know, on the walls and whatever, trains. And then gradually they decided to elaborate with stuff. So they put colors and forms. And then more and more, you know, it got to the point of becoming an art.
Hip-hop club is not a disco. It's a record-cutting, cold-crushing, rapping show. Like New York Roxy or LA's radio. DJs keep you at a peeking on the dough. No three-piece suit, Aladdin style, T-shirt, tennis shoes, loosely tied. You hear scratching turntables when you cross the floor as DJs spin on 2 and sometimes 4, like this. And you don't quit, like that. Hip-hoppin's where is that?
Now I'm passing the mic, over to my right. Come on in, see, do what you like. Do the beat, get out the dock. You see, I meet funny people wherever I be. Movie stars and celebrities. I met Johnson, Walter, Reverend Ike, Jerry Lewis, and Dick Van Dyke. A famous name in the history book, and the average girl with the girl that's look. Just wave your arms in the air, everybody. Wave your arms in the air, come on. Throw your arms in the air, and wave from That's the sound of the radio crew screaming out and say, hey, hey. You don't stop, you go on, go on, go on, go on. The beat don't stop till the break of a dawn. Like a hot pot of beans off a layer of young. We're moving up, y'all, we're moving up, y'all. You see, I came from New York, now here to LA. To see what LA homeboys got to say. They hear the music in LA sound. The fun of with these are known to rap. The rappers there, my technique. The rappers get the ladies right out of the seat.
Coming up for a break. Breaking. We want to see everybody break down here. We heard everybody break down here. They got the #1 breakers out here, too. Show my stuff. Yeah. We want to break with them, too. And show what we can do with it.
Give it up, b-boyin shot, homeboy. Back off the stage. Y'all get off the stage. Who that coach? You get surprised because what I'm gonna do is called rap the time. So otherwise, let's organize and mobilize your body so you can hear the time. If you analyze, you'll jeopardize. But I'm here to commercialize because I rock and I don't stop. I like a picture now on the grand 5 o'clock. Now millions of women have chosen the choice. They beat my soul on the microphone.
This place is the best. The best place to come see breakers.
Yeah, breaking.
There's no place in the valley to go see.
Scratch the gun until the beat go crazy. Take a shit, y'all. You don't stop that seed. Are you about ready to rock? And that's C. You heard T. And I've been rapping to the beat to the 83. I'm that C. Get on the mic. Show the party people just what you like.
A lot of people told us about the breaking and stuff damage from the WAD. It's interesting. I mean, it's fun to pick up different things and try out new clouds and stuff.
These ones came to win. All right. Check it out. Just set it up to me when they rock. You know they're on. The beats don't stop till they're breaking on. They don't quit. They got you because they're on the most of it.
And we come down because we like the music here and the atmosphere and it's kind of casual.
It's not real trendy, you know. We don't see all our friends from Arcadia or Pasadena here. It's a different crowd.
Yeah.
Hip-hopping is the thing to sing. That's where Stone Cold Nitro party begins. So listen, party people with the ear to the streets, the college professors and the social elite, to the fly young guys and the pretty girls I see. It's gonna tell you about the hip-hop world. Hip-hopping is the way of life, with graffiti and rapping on the mic. As the records scratch to the breakers beat, a hip-hop sound of the street. Hip-hopping is around the wild, with a serious funk. If you don't style, a record. Down in the valley where the sun don't shine. Smoke my beef up, drink my wine. Sip cocaine like a coconut tree. Can't nobody rock like him, see? Yeah, job, the body rock. You see, I came from a place called New York Town where all the other MCs don't want you and you don't stop. See, I came from a place called Brooklyn Town where all the sucker MCs don't mess around. Once they hear my name, they know my game. It's the arch your hand, you put my hall effect. This guy is so socialized. Rock to the rhythm of the beat, you got on and on and on and on. Cut it up, get it up. Young people, what's it gonna be? Hip-hop is making history. Now hip-hop club is not a disco, it's a record cutting cold, something rapid show. Like New York Roxy or LA radio, DJs keep you at a peak and on the go. No 3D suits, allowed in sock, t-shirts, and tennis shoes, Bluetooth ties. I said the beat don't stop, it's the record start. Like a hot poppin' beats off an AJ, y'all. We're moving up, y'all. We're moving up, y'all. We're moving up, y'all. I'm not here to take nobody's weight. I just want you to check out what I got to say before I go, before I put. You know, I don't want to see it. I can't do it. I can eat to it. For all the young kids, I want to undress. When I rap on the mic, you turn to this. Those are rappers act like so viciously. They turn into friends and they hurt that way. And see, I see where the people touch. I go around the world. You're all the fly just with a story. I got to tell about how me and the queen, the baby doll, started to raise some hell, you see. Because of me and my queen and all the other women, we're picking up the funky beats for one another. And all the hits now with the funky beat. It's the place to be for you and me to be. Keep that fresh in your steps. You don't stop keeping your feet on the mountaintop. Because the time is now and the place is there. I see. Keep your rhyme things here. Serious DJ, I want you to know that I'm a rocket to the beat. You won't let go. Ha ha, you don't quit. Serious DJ. Check it out. You fucking up to the beat, the beat has got to be the show you nigga. Check it out, y'all. You don't stop. IT's on the mouth about ready to rock. I was gonna MC, y'all, and name IT when the doctor bring a bus, it was on the beat. Just say. Put it up, get up quick. Oh, b-boyin her. All right.
So when you listen to the records by your radio DJ, or listen to the rappers on the records that they play, or check out the graffiti turning ghettos into art, and watch the kids who dance on the street and in the park, I hope it's time you realize hip-hopping is the way to find true peace in city streets in this cold world today. Let's dance, not fight, and all unite. Just turn the box up loud to the funky beat. On any street, you'll find that hip-hop crowd. Cause I was born an MC and named Ice-T. When the doctor spanked my butt, it was on the beat. Blessed by the DJs up above. I bet through delivery, all my nurses fell in love. MC to my mama when she tend me every day. Rapped in my bottle when she took my mic away. I rapped in my wagon, my bike, my trike. I threw down on any suckers that I didn't like. When I get on the mic and get on the beat, girls jump in front of cars rolling down the street. It happened once or twice as a sacrifice for the love of the player who's cold as ice. When I die, y'all, I want to be pressed into a 12-inch 33, then given to a DJ. He can't be lazy, then scratched and cut until the streets go crazy. Every night when I lay down to sleep, I pray my Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, please send me where they scratch and break.
Boo-Yaa